One last question. Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. The series is on Netflix. People are at home, they're watching this. Many of them, millions of people being exposed to the first time for what goes on in these little roadside zoos, the consequences and the characters involved in big cat trade. We've been reporting on it a long time. You've been crusading on those issues a long time. This is another learning opportunity. Have you watched the series and what's your impression?
Well, I have, and I work very closely with Howard Baskin and Carol Baskin and have for years. And together we've been working on the Big Cat Public Safety Act, which seeks to stop any trade of big cats for use as pets. It also seeks to stop cub pitting activities where these roadside zoos like Joe Exotic's place in Wynwood, Oklahoma, they breed big cats just so people can handle them, and they charge them at the gate. The ticket prices are what funds the operation. These cats are only, can be handled for 3 months before they get too big and they're unmanageable. And then Joe Exotic and others dump them into the exotic animal trade, or they get acquired by animal welfare groups to rescue them, who then have a 20-year liability in caring for them. It might be $1 million for every tiger or lion that goes into the rescue system. So I am very thankful that this is getting attention. I think that the directors, focus too much on this feud between Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. But the reality is, how can you not see that this is an abuse, that these people are breeding these animals, just for some roadside menagerie, for a cub petting thing, and they forget about what happens to these animals. And, when they unearthed some of the tigers toward the end of the series, people got a real picture of what really happens to these animals at these dilapidated, horrid roadside zoos.
We have our own Joe Exotic, a guy out in Pahrump who has big cats, has had them for a long time. I've been reporting on him for 20 years. And he does illegal stuff. He threatens the lives of people. He does whatever he can to keep his income stream going from these cats. And somehow the USDA will cite him. They'll come out and inspect him. They'll tell him to shut down, and he stays in business. I don't understand.
George, you've been focused on this issue for many years and have drawn light. Nevada has been a hotbed for the exotic animal trade for many, many years. It's astonishing that people have a 300 or 400 or 500 pound carnivore as a pet. It's astonishing to me that people are breeding these animals just so kids or adults can hold them for a couple of minutes, and they do not care what happens to the animal for the rest of their lives. This is an abusive industry. The accredited zoos, like the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, support the Big Cat Public Safety Act. We're only going to get it done is if people take the energy after watching the Tiger King series and then say, what can I do about this? How can I prevent this sort of thing from happening in the future? We have a golden opportunity. The Big Cat Public Safety Act, you can contact your two senators, Cortez Masto and the rest of the Jackie Cohen, the rest of the delegation in Nevada, and urge them to support this legislation.